The Movie Theater's Victory Broadcast. The War Activities Committee of the Motion Picture Industry, in collaboration with the United States Treasury, presents the Movie Theater Victory Broadcast to inaugurate the sale of war bonds and stamps in every motion picture theater in the United States starting tomorrow. Our guests, Red Skelton, Risa Stevens, Harriet Hilliard, Marjorie Main, Kerry Wilson, Irene Manning, Lee Sweetland, Meredith Wilson and his orchestra, Max Terr Singing Ensemble, and your master of ceremonies for the evening, Mr. Edward Arnold.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, our country takes another step toward victory. The motion picture industry, which has already done so much in the interest of national unity and the stimulation of national morale, now throws the full power of its 16,000 box offices into the fight for freedom. Starting tomorrow, United States war savings bonds and stamps will be on sale at every theater in the country, from border to border and coast to coast. And the 12 million film fans who go to the movies every day to see a good show will have an opportunity to help Uncle Sam put on the biggest show of all. After dark, on holidays, at all the times when ordinary agencies are closed, you can buy war bonds and stamps at your local movie theater. So start buying a stamp with every ticket tomorrow. That's Meredith Wilson's way of saying, step aside, Edward Arnold. We're off with a couple of songs, grand songs, with the star of Yankee Doodle Dandy, Miss Irene Manning. Keep your feet moving, ladies and gentlemen, to the rhythm of the United Nations March to Victory.
Don't give up, down the Atkins, be a stout fella. Chin up, cheerio, carry on. Keep a stiff upper lip when you're in down, fella. Chin up, cheerio, carry on. Oh, the sun shows a smile on your tight little life. So hang on to your wits, and you'll turn the wits on frets. There's a whole world behind you, shout. Down, fella, chin up, cheerio, carry on. There's a whole world behind you, shout. Down, fella, chin up, cheerio, carry on.
There's a feeling comes a stealing, and it sets my brain a-reeling when I'm listening to the music of a military band.
Over there,
over there, over there.
Thank you, Meredith Wilson and Irene Manning. Now cast your eyes down that dusty road, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Red, I do it, Skelton, and his girlfriend, Harriet Hilliard.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm lucky to be here tonight. I drove over, and to avoid an accident, I drove between two trolley cars. You know, anybody wants to buy a tall, thin Buick? On my way over, I saw an old friend of ours, Clem, the fellow from the country, and he was walking along the street on the way to the movies. here I am. On my way to the movie. Oh, Rose O'Day, Rose O'Day. She's my fellow Marusha, Marusha, Bala, Bala, Boom, Day. Whatever that means. If it means what I think it does, hot diggity. Oh, boy, look at that pretty girl in front of me. Maybe I better comb my hair. Well, what do you know? My rabbit didn't run away after all. Gee, it's a pretty girl. Howdy, miss.
Hello, Clem.
Well, Daisy.
Gee, didn't recognize you for a minute. You got on a clean shirt.
Yep. I stayed up all night erasing it. Look, I got a haircut, too.
Well, what do you know? Your head don't come to no point after all. Where you going, Clem?
I'm going down to the movies. Would you like to go?
Nope, I gotta go to the beauty parlor.
That's good.
Well, now, Clem, you talk as though I ain't pretty.
Oh, sure you are. Your hair is what makes you pretty. I like the way it hangs down over your shoulders. Just glistens in the sunlight. By the way, where is it?
Well, it's over to the beauty parlor. That's why I'm going over.
Oh.
Well, I'll see you later.
Okay.
And remember, Clem, you better be true to me.
Oh, don't worry. I love you, Daisy June. I love the ground you walk on. And that property you own on the south side of town, too.
Say, what you going to the theater for? You seen the picture.
I know, but I like to look at that woman in that cage sitting in front of the place.
Woman in the cage.
Yep.
Clem, that's the cashier in the box office.
It is? Well, no wonder she got mad when I kept feeding her peanut.
Well, I'll see you later.
Okay. Boy, would Daisy June get mad if she knew that cashier was the widow. Rose O'Day. Well, here's the theater.
Hi, Clem.
Hi, Marge. Gee, you look pretty. I never knew you had freckles.
Them ain't freckles. A car hit a mud hole in front of the theater.
Ain't you got a kiss for a little Clemsy?
No. I'm saving my lips for Lockheed. And besides, you'll smear my lip through.
Well, then let me kiss you on the neck.
No. Your teeth always get caught in the wrinkles.
Oh, my teeth ain't that bad, are they?
I don't know, but every time you smile, they look like a lot of slabs in a crowded cemetery.
Hey, what them pretty tickets you're selling?
They ain't tickets. They're war stamps.
War stamps?
Yep. If you buy 'em, you can lick the other side.
Well, if I didn't, how could I get them to stick in the book? Gee, boy, looks like all the girls from Hollywood are doing defense work, ain't it?
Yeah, and before the war, too. Boy, you sure aren't dumb.
I sure am to give you all them laughs, but I ain't so dumb. When I was in school, I was voted as the one most likely to.
One most likely to what?
I don't know. I got kicked out before I got that far.
I went to school. I went to Vassar.
Vassar? Well, that's a girls' school.
Well, what do I look like? One of Bing Crosby's horses. You got me there. Well, what do I look like? One of Bing Crosby's horses? Don't you answer that, or you'll only lead to bloodshed.
If you'd like for one of our interpreters to step in and give this to you, we'll do that.
Well, do you want to buy some of these war stamps?
Well, if I do, they get a whipping. I do it.
How many?
I'll have $10 worth.
Oh, Clem, you're helping a great cause. And just for that, I will give you that itty-bitty kiss.
Well, all right. Gee, you kiss just like Wally Berry.
You sort of kiss like an old sea lion yourself.
Gee, I always thought you was a home girl.
Well, stop looking coy and help me get my head back through the bars of this box office.
And there you have a typical scene that might possibly take place any time after tomorrow, where war bonds and stamps go on sale at 16,000 motion picture theaters in America. Thank you, Harriet Hilliard and Red Skelton. And the cashier in the box office was Marjorie Main. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet a typical moving picture fan. She was chosen by lot from the audience of a Los Angeles theater. And I just want to ask her a few questions about our new plan to sell United States war bonds and stamps in movie houses. Right up here, please, miss, won't you?
Thank you, Mr. Arnold.
Now, I'm not going to ask you your name, but there are certain things I'd like you to know about you. For instance, you're quite a movie fan, aren't you?
Oh, I wouldn't call myself a real fan. I only go about twice a week.
Well, you'll do till a real fan comes along. Now, tell me, how do you like this new idea of selling war bonds and stamps at the movie theaters?
I think it's a wonderful idea, Mr. Arnold. I really do. And if I could say something...
Why, sure, of course. Go on. What is it?
Well, I belong to several fan clubs.
Yes?
I belong to one for Robert Taylor and one for Tyrone Power and one for... Oh, well, I belong to a lot of them. But I've just had an idea for a fan club everybody could belong to.
And what's that?
An Uncle Sam fan club. And all you have to do to be a member in good standing is buy one 10-cent stamp every time you buy a movie ticket. Don't you think that's a good idea?
Oh, I'll say. Have you got any more?
There must be almost, a million fans around the country, aren't there?
My dear, there are 85 million. Think of it. You could call your club the American Moviegoers Legion for Victory. And if any one of you bought just one 10-cent stamp at your movie theater, it would bring Uncle Sam $8,500,000. Why, that's enough to buy 10 or 12 patrol bombers.
You think I got something, Mr. Arnold?
Well, very definitely, my dear. And I hope all our listeners will join your new organization at once. Come on, everybody. Join the American Moviegoers Legion for Victory. And thank you for the suggestion, Miss Film Fan. Now, come on, Meredith. You know, Meredith Wilson has written a new song. That's always an occasion. But this one more so than any other. He calls it Gangway. And Gangway it is for Meredith Wilson, the ensemble, and Lee Sweetland, dedicated to all our fighting men.
Here comes MacArthur and Taylor and Chiang Kai-shek, FDR and Winnie and Big Joe. A soldier, a sailor, a leatherneck, Kelly, Timoshenko, and Shannon. There's Wainwright and Rabel and Ed O'Hare, Henry Ford, 1,000 planes a day. There'll be hurricanes and Douglases and Lockheeds everywhere. Gangway, you rats, gangway. Oh, there's Joneses and Millers from Nome to Maine, Sutherland and Nimitz, Navy Blue. There's welders and drillers and Carver Kane, Elbrick, General Royce and Whalers too. Houdini and Stillwell, the USO, kids from Ketchikan and Hudson Bay. Donald Nelson, Bora Sheila, Johnny Bulkley, Angelo. Gangway, you rats, gangway. Oh, there's Lincoln and Franklin and R.E. Lee, Harry, Admiral Dewey and his crew. There's Wilson, McKinley, and F. Scott Key, Washington and Colonel Teddy too. There's Custer, Will Rogers, and Wilbur Wright, Booker T and Nathan Hale, and say, there's 100 million more of us who've just begun to fight. Gangway, you rats, gangway.
The next voice you will hear is one that comes to you from the silver screen of your favorite motion picture theater. It's the voice of the What Do You Think Man, the movie voice of Nostradamus himself, Gary Wilson.
May the 30th, 1942.